Wow. Lighting is everything because this is what I look like in real life. Like when I'm in mirrors and stuff, this is what I actually, that's so crazy. Lighting can change a whole moment. Dang. Okay, let there be lights. Yes, I like it. I like it. Okay. So I came on here real quick. And y'all know I always be lying. I did not come on here real quick. I'm gonna be running my mouth for a minute because that's what I do. Um, so I've been coming to the conclusion that your girl done messed around, right? And accidentally got healed. I didn't even know it happened. That's why I always tell people just trust. There are a lot of things that we're taught in the Christian community. There are a lot of things that we believe. And oh yeah, also new set, baby bow. Um, the ADHD just be showing in the video. It just be popping up. But what I was gonna say is a lot of things where we just fight and we fight and we fight certain things. But it's we're not realizing the whole time that we're thinking about a problem that we have, we are indeed and in fact thinking about the problem, reiterating the problem, feeling shamed, contempt for ourselves because of whatever the issue or the problem is. And then in order to feel better about whatever it is that we're doing, because we're still stuck in the shame, in the, I call it the shame snowball. You know how if you take a little snowball and it rolls down a hill and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, something that starts off really small can turn into something really big over time. So the point I'm trying to make is just relax. Just relax. Because there are some things where some behaviors and some things that you do are so interconnected with other things that the only way that that one problem or that one issue can be solved is sometimes a problem that you don't even understand that you have because these things are so interconnected. Have any of you guys ever played that game like pick up sticks, where you take a bunch of sticks, right? They're all different colors, and you drop them in a pile. And then the object of the game is to pick up the sticks without touching the other sticks. So imagine your soul, your mind is like that game of pickup sticks, right? Where it's just a pile of different colored sticks just laying on top of each other in different ways. And you're trying to figure out you're trying to pull out the red stick that's at the bottom of the pile because in your mind that's your problem, but you have all these different sticks on top of the issue that have to be moved out of the way first. The real problem is we're so much larger and complex than we understand. That's why I have a video called You're a Giant. And I'll reiterate, and this is just the beginning of my journey of making videos and talking to you guys and things like that. And hopefully, I get to watch myself evolve over time as well. Watch myself learn how to articulate my thoughts in a way that doesn't make people mad because I know y'all got mad about that rapture video, but I'm not tripping on it because the people that God has sent me to, the people that God has sent me to, and the people that want and need what I have, they'll see my heart through what I'm saying. And I'm not gonna be one of those people up here who's like, I'm just gonna be all over the place and ratchet and acting crazy and then throw the phrase God knows my heart on it. Definitely not. But what I do mean is when you have the discernment, when you have the eyes that God has given you can just look at a situation and you can test that situation and you can understand it and you can know because I'm at the place in my life where, and you've probably seen it throughout this video, where I've been so conditioned to explain myself. And that's been something that I've had to do since I was a child. because my brain just gathers so much information. A lot of the times, all I can do is say one word or two words when my brain is actually thinking of 5 million other words to go with what I've said. So, again, this channel will be a study in myself and me being able to actually get on camera and do this. I know I've come up here many different times and over the years, and I will kind of start and I'll stop and I'll start and I'll stop. Some of that is just due to God reasons where God will say, okay, stop or start or stop or start. And I try to be very good at listening to what God tells me to do in all things. Then a lot of people who are my originals and some new people, you understand that I went through a time period where um, a lot of my close family members died. So, mother, father, grandfather, cousin, just and more. And this happened all back to back within like a 6 month period. So it kind of I won't say threw a wrench in the machine, but that was just a time where I needed to be to myself. And in that time, I learned a lot of different things. God showed me many things. And it's been hard for me to kind of put words to it because a lot of it was not spent in the 3D. And people ask me who knew me before and who knew how close I was to my mom, that my mom was basically my little baby. And they're just like, how are you so happy? Like I've never seen somebody go through what you went through and come out on the other side looking younger and being happier than you were before it happened. And I'm just like, I just know for myself. And that's why, even though it bothers people that I don't talk like, walk like, look like, act like, use the right words, say the right things the way that people want me to say them, do the things the way people want me to do, eh, all those things. And they want to disqualify me because of those things. And because I kind of see things differently, I've gone on a journey that, like I said, was not spent in the 3D. And I don't even know how to put words to it or explain it. But I know I came out on the other side of the person as the person I've been looking for my whole life. I know I came out and on the other side where I know that 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 I know who God is because it never happened to me where, and I remember talking to a friend, and I wish I could throw air quotes up on talking to a friend, but when I was going through what I was going through and when my mother was passing, I think that there was always kind of a little competitive nature there because she kind of grew up in church and I didn't really grow up in church. That's something that happens to me a lot in my walk and in my journey because I didn't grow up in church. People expect that they'll know more about the Bible and know more about God than I know because I didn't really grow up in church. I periodically went to church when I wanted to seek church out, but I wasn't really invited. Um, I talk about that in one of my other videos, but the point is, I remember she looked at me with a look where her jaw dropped because she just couldn't understand when I said, you know what? I remember going to her house after coming from the hospital, and that was when the doctors finally said the words, when they finally said, your mother is dying. And at that point, I had to respect it. I respected that doctor. who finally just said it. Just say the words. Don't play with me. Just tell me what it is. All right. So I went and I sat with that friend, throwing up air quotes. My fingers had got the little mic in it. And I remember saying to her, she's dying. It's over. And then I remember I sat down and I was looking up. And she was on the couch across from me. And she looked at me because I said, it is what it is. And I said, and God is still God. No matter what happens to me. And it's funny because, and not haha funny, weird. It's funny in that I've lived a life that most people couldn't even fathom as far as suffering goes. And when I got to the bottom of it and just let it go, that's why I can walk in an unfathomable joy now, to where it doesn't matter what's happening. People look at me like I am strange. And I know that I am strange. I don't react the way people think I should react. I don't do the things that people think that I should do. And I know it seems strange and weird, but what God gave me, you can't find it anywhere but in God. And I know that. That's why at this point, like I said, I'm finally at the place where I just don't care how people feel about what I do and what I say. Because if you stack up what I'm doing behind closed doors, and most of the time you stack up what somebody else is doing behind closed doors, and it at this point, even that doesn't matter. I live my life by two simple rules, because even Jesus himself says, all laws hang on these two: that you love God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and that you love your neighbor as you love yourself. But I want to put another caveat there and say, how could you love your neighbor as you love yourself if you do not love yourself? So you must first learn how to love yourself. So this was just me flowing, just me doing what I feel like it's finally time for me to do. And I hope everybody has a good rest of their day. I hope you be well. I hope you be blessed. And I hope y'all learn how to laugh a little bit, because it's not real. Let me just put it like that. None of this is real in the way that you think it is. Even the character that you hold on to play that role to get you through your day, let it go. Let it go. All right. Have a good one. Love you all. Bless you all. Bye bye.